Chuck Todd, the long-standing host of NBC's political panel show Meet the Press, has announced his departure from the program after nearly a decade of moderating. As his tenure comes to an end, it is worth reflecting on some of the controversies that have surrounded Todd during his time on the show. Editing of George Zimmerman's 911 call. In 2012, during Todd's tenure as NBC News chief White House correspondent, the network aired an edited version of George Zimmerman's 911 call related to the Trayvon Martin shooting. The editing altered the context of Zimmerman's comments, making him appear radically motivated. Todd later acknowledged the error and issued an apology. Softball questions to politicians. Todd has faced criticism for conducting interviews that are perceived as overly friendly or softball-like towards politicians. Critics argue that he fails to press politicians on important issues, allowing them to dodge difficult questions. This has led to accusations of bias and a lack of journalistic rigor. False equivalence in reporting. Some critics have accused Todd of engaging in false equivalence, where he gives equal weight to two opposing viewpoints regardless of their factual basis. This approach has been criticized for creating an environment where misinformation and disinformation can thrive, as it presents both sides as equally valid even when one side is factually incorrect. Lack of diversity on Meet the Press. Todd has faced criticism for the lack of diversity among guests and panelists on Meet the Press. Critics argue that the show often features a predominantly white and male lineup, which does not reflect the diverse perspectives and experiences of the American population. Climate change coverage. Todd has been called out for his handling of climate change coverage on Meet the Press. Critics argue that he has given undue airtime to climate change deniers, contributing to the spread of misinformation on the issue. They believe that Todd should provide a more accurate representation of the scientific consensus on climate change.